We're live.
Hello. We never do a matinee show, so we're live here with Rory. By the way, I'm Seth Rudetsky.
I'm James Wesley.
And I close my eyes, Catherine O'Hara style. And we're here with Rory O'Malley and Celia Keenan-Bolger. By the way, Celia, there's another Celia on Broadway, but now she's Celia. How does that feel?
I remember I was working with LaShawne's when she was like, I'm going to have a baby and I'm going to call her Celia, but it will be spelled like Celia, but it will be pronounced differently. And I was like, oh, that's exciting. So
that's incredible.
Also, please, let's not forget Celia Weston, the great Celia Weston.
Yes.
Not musical, though.
Correct.
Thank you. All right, so guys, why are we here? We are here because of the amazing Georgia runoff that is happening, and these two clowns have started something amazing. So Rory and Celia, talk about what you guys have done.
And today's the last day of early voting in Georgia. So that's why we're doing this now on December 31st.
Thank you, James.
Yeah, well, when everybody was staring at the election results November 3rd and that whole week afterwards, we could see that there was going to be runoffs in Georgia. And so we just started this hashtag Stacey's Drama Club to get people to volunteer and to donate for these runoffs, to get the theater community to come together. And I just kind of started that hashtag and put together a fundraising page. And people started signing up to phone bank, and I didn't know what we were going to do. and Celia was putting together something to go to Georgia and to phone bank. And she's just amazing because she has so many ideas. And I was like putting together the list of people, and Celia was finding out what to do with them.
I basically was like, we got to get on a bus. We got to start knocking on those doors. And then I was able to be on a phone call with Stacey Abrams, and she was like, don't come here. We have culturally conscious and competent canvassers who we have been training in Georgia. There is a global pandemic. You can phone bank and you can fundraise. These are the greatest ways you can help out of state. And I think talking to Rory, we were both like, our community does not have a lot of money right now. Like we are at 100% unemployment in the theater community. So, but we do have energy. So we have energy to phone bank. And for the people that don't have the energy to phone bank, they can donate. And I was like, how much is it worth to you not to phone bank? Donate that much money to Stacey's Drama Club.
Yeah. I love that. And phone bank, when we talked yesterday, Celia, talk about impressive numbers. Tell everyone what you've done so far in all of you with the phone banking.
I mean, we're partnering with this amazing organization called Knock for Democracy. And last week, Rory was there for 2 hours and they reached 14,000, or they made 14,000 calls.
Yeah, 14,500 calls. Every week it's been getting more and more. We had like over 200 volunteers show up on Sunday, and we're calling them Stacey Drama Club matinees, phone bank matinees. And we're going to have one on Saturday, this Saturday from 1 to
Tell him who's going to be there, Rory.
Mr. Broadway legend, Mandy Patinkin.
What?
Whoa.
What? You want to just come phone bank with Mandy Patinkin from 1 to 3 on Saturday? You should do that.
I feel like this whole reason to like start getting into politics and involved like this was just for this moment to meet Mandy Patinkin.
I've never met him.
Okay, I gotta ask, with all of those phone bank calls, like Rory, what were some of the like standouts? Like for us, when we did our vote-a-thon on November 3rd, like a standout for us story was Gavin Creel talking about working at the polls and starting to tear up, and a 90-year-old woman voting for the first time. Are there any standout calls to you, or in Celia too? That in when you've done these.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to somebody who was a woman who was like planning to go with her entire family on the first day of early voting. It was going to be a family event because, when you call, you say, try to get other people to go. And she said, oh, no, I'm getting my entire family. We're going together as a family. I spoke to a man who had been a convicted felon and was out, and he knew that he was able to vote and that he registered. And we went through the website to make sure that the voter hotline. I mean, it was a beautiful thing because he was so excited to get to vote in the runoff, and getting information to voters and trying to make sure that they just know that there is a runoff. A lot of these people we're all afraid to phone bank and reach out to people, but a lot of this is, hey, there's a runoff on January 5th, and they go, wait, we already had an election.
That was one of my phone calls. The guy was like, yeah, you guys have been in touch. I already voted. And I was like, oh, great. Did you go to this vote? And he was like, no, I voted on November 3rd.
Yeah.
And I was like, so here's something. There's another election that you can vote in. And he was like, okay, tell me where to go. So,
a lot of the phone banking is just reaching out to voters in Georgia to make sure that they know that there is another election on January 5th.
Right. It is interesting when people say, quote unquote, people live in a bubble, which I always found that term annoying. But I guess because it was so crazy important to us, I think, how could anyone not know there's a runoff? But of course, like, that's just because I'm obsessed with this kind of stuff. But a lot of people just are like trying to live their damn lives and like they're not thinking about it. So that's amazing, because I think like, oh, a phone bank, like, it's just kind of reiterating information. But I had no idea you guys were literally giving information. That's incredible.
Oh yeah. It's like everything.
And I think there's, once you get past the first like 100 calls that you make, you realize how good actors are at phone banking. Like, I think we have a special gift that, like, I don't know if your experience is this, but like when I get the call and it's like, hello, this is so-and-so from blah, blah. And you're like, oh God, here we go. And I think there is a way that actors are able to just be like, hey, I'm this person. I just wanted to keep you up to date with these things, and to like actually have this exchange at a time when it does feel like we're all in these little bubbles and we're this like little fractured country, to be able to have actual conversations and give information. And in some cases even say like, can I tell you why it's important to me to be engaged? That it just, I think actors actually do have a sort of special gift to do this kind of work.
And it's so much fun because we're all coming together on this. So, we've had Catherine Gallagher, Beanie Feldstein, we had Judy Kuhn, we had, it's like a little party. And at the end, there's a little dance party when we the calls we made. So I really encourage everybody to kind of rip the Band-Aid off and get over their fear of making calls, because we really need everyone to be contacted this week. And join us Saturday from 1 to 3 with Mr. Mandy Patinkin.
Okay, so how does it actually work? So people that are watching and they're like, this sounds great, I'm available on Saturday. Where do they go?
What are the steps? Yeah.
And then what do they actually do? Like, if I'm going to show up at 1 o'clock or 12:30 or whatever, what actually is going to happen?
So you should first go to stacysdramaclub.org and you press the Get Involved button. And they're going to give you some different time slots to sign up for phone banking. And the thing that's so amazing about Knock for Democracy is the training is like unbelievably good. You will not be thrown in to the deep end with the sharks. They're going to take you through who you're calling, why you're calling them. They're going to give you the script. So if you've never called before, you get a 25-minute training. If you have called before, you get that script and you just go. And then you meet at the intermission. And people share a couple of stories of like good experiences that they've had, so that you feel like you're all in it together. And then you go back and you phone bank again. And then for the last 10 minutes, you do another little share about the good stories that you had. And that's it. It's 2 hours of your day. And I feel like the antidote to despair is engagement.
Yeah.
It will make you feel, it will make you feel better.
And you're mostly calling people who are supporters. These are people who we have already identified as being supporters of these candidates, of Ossoff and Warnock. So it's not as scary.
That's good to know. That's good to know.
You're calling people to say like, hey, there's an election. You want to vote for these two candidates. Make sure that you get yourself to the polls.
Let me ask you something though. When you is it? You're obviously by yourself. You're not. Are you watching other people phone bank at the same time? Like how?
It's like this. They have a website, and we could be like talking right now and phone banking on our own phones and making these calls. It's so easy. It's so much fun, and you do it together as a group.
So you watch other people, but I guess you're all
everyone's
on
mute.
Yes.
That's so fun.
It's like a little party.
But let me ask you, Cecilia, do you say like I am Tony winner Celia, or do you say I am 2-time Tony nominee, recent Tony winner? Like, how do you label that?
I say, hi, it's Celia. Is this so and so? Can you imagine?
I do introduce myself as a Tony loser because I feel like
Okay, I just want specificity.
Right, this is King George
Sure.
from Hamilton.
Mhm.
Okay, just want to know. Okay,
And
so
also, if you can't, if you're terrified to phone bank, or you're just like, I cannot do it, you can donate. You can go to stacysdramaclub.org and you can push get involved, and you can push that donate button instead.
you guys, I'm so proud of you both. Okay, so James Wesley, do we have any other questions before we move on to the video, which we want to show a picture of also?
Yeah, well, and I also want to give an update. So let me look, because we have an exciting, tell everyone who doesn't know about Georgia on My Mind.
Sure. By the way, look at this. A comment. I live in Georgia and I voted for the first day of early voting. Please, everyone who lives in Georgia, go vote. Brava.
Amazing.
Okay, so the backstory is James and I were contacted by Audra, who also knows Stacey Abrams, to try to get involved with Verified. So me, James, Audra, Michael McElroy, Joseph Joubert, and Shelley Williams produced this video, Georgia on My Mind, which is the single that could be bought and the money goes to Verify It, but it's also just an amazing video with crazy amounts of Broadway stars. Lin-Manuel Miranda, Dina Menzel, Ben Platt, Danielle Brooks.
Who starts it off, she's a native Georgian.
Billy Porter. It's relentless. So we're going to show the video soon, but there's some really good stories about what the video is doing right now. And by the way, if you buy the single on iTunes, super, super cheap, oh, you got to get the computer. Buy the video, the money all goes to Verify. So, James, are we showing the photo or am I going to the boudoir?
Well, let me, hold on. It's all live, of course. Hold on. Because I want to, because Michael McElroy, you said all the people who produced it with us, right?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
On a side note, we're doing game nights during Stars in the House. And one of the games is guess what high school production of a musical this is. Can you guys guess?
Whoa.
I know. I actually guessed. I was
I
so
think
proud.
Oh, can I see it again?
It's a musical.
It's a musical.
Is it Sit Down, You're Rocking the Boat?
Yeah, that's what I was
That's
thinking.
what who said that? Kevin Chamberlain thought that.
I
No,
know.
it's more modern, quote unquote modern. I'll give you a hint. It was first a movie, then made into a musical.
The dancing one.
Yeah. Footloose.
Yes. Footloose.
Yes.
Amazing. Yes, he's telling him I have a right to dance. Excellent work.
I like it.
So here's the amazing update on what's happening in Georgia right now. So I don't know if Seth mentioned, but we produced the video with Audra McDonald, Joseph Joubert, Michael McElroy, Audra McDonald, and Shelley Williams. And Shelley Williams was the director of the video. So this is the update here that Michael McElroy and Seth sent to everyone today to thank them for their contribution to the video. It's really amazing. On December 29th, Shelley Williams, director of the video, shepherded an initiative in Georgia with several grassroots organizations led by March On, #Vote With Us Georgia, and We Stand United. Beginning on December 16th, Georgia on My Mind became part of a 23-minute loop of programming on an LED truck going specifically to BIPOC neighborhoods. In addition to our video, the screen displayed voting facts to combat all the false information from robocalls being circulated specifically to Black and brown voters. Because I'm sure like there have been robocalls saying, if you voted in the November election, you don't need to vote in January. And for your vote to count, you have to go to the exact same location that you voted in the general election, even though, of course, many of those locations are not in existence right now.
All lies.
So all lies. So they have these trucks that are going around with the facts. Grassroots organizers, after witnessing more observers gathering when Georgia on My Mind came up on the screen, because they put it on the screen, they decided to do this today. There will be 31 LED trucks going all in every county in Georgia with voter information, our Georgia on My Mind video, and special messages from Kerry Washington and Alicia Keys to call a friend to join them in line to vote. This is, of course, the last day of early voting. These trucks will be stationed in every county in Georgia. There will be 31 mobile billboards and 31 food trucks with 9,000 bags of food. And in keeping with Black New Year's Eve tradition, organizers will be handing out 200 to 400 dinners with black-eyed peas and collard greens to those waiting in lines at all these voter locations.
Look at it.
And there you
So
go.
amazing.
I mean, do you see that? That's the lie, false. That's the truth. Isn't that just amazing?
That's
You
fantastic.
guys, they know that if we show up, they lose. So they have to try to cheat and spread misinformation. There's more of us.
That's simple.
It's so immature. All right, so we're gonna show this video. You can look up this video. We'd love everybody to share this video because it's a great way to get the information out. Today's the last day of voting. Just put Georgia on people's minds.
Yeah, you can go to Broadway for Georgia, Georgia on My Mind, and you will find it on Google, and it's available on Spotify and iTunes. And so, Seth, we're going to close out with this, but one more time. We have it down at the bottom, stacysdramaclub.org.
To Phone Bank, which sounds so much fun because you get to watch everyone else phone banking.
It's a blast. I truly, truly encourage everyone to try it at least once. This is your last chance this election cycle to do it. We have such a good time. So come on by Saturday 1 to 3.
Yay.
We'll just show you one little clip before we show the whole video. This was James's idea. Even though the song, the lyrics are the lyrics, James wanted to use the lyrics as double meaning. So there's a moment where the lyric goes, "The road leads back to you." And James said, "Oh, we should have all these amazing African-American women kind of pay homage to Leslie Uggams, who was such a pioneer." So we have like a string of these incredible...
Nani Rose, Carly Hughes, Adrienne Warren, and then it leads to Audra, and then it leads to Vanessa Williams, and then it leads to Leslie Uggams.
So here's that little clip just to show it's a little subtext for you all to watch.
Still in peaceful dreams, I see the road leads back to you. Back to you.
Little inside scoop.
Oof.
Isn't that
really good?
And Leslie Uggams, by the way, is belting a D. Obsessed with that.
She's
crazy.
She's like, Georgia. All right, here's the whole video. So everybody, you got a phone bank. I've never heard anything more fun before.
Fun. Oh my gosh.
I thought it was like this isolated, depressing, like with a rotary phone. I don't know what I was thinking.
Well, I have a rotary phone, but that's just me.
That's a whole other story.
It's your preference. All right, enjoy the video. Here we go.
Right, thanks, Celia. Thanks, Rory.
Thanks,
Thank you guys so much for everything you're doing.
Back at ya. Stacey's Drama Club. Okay, share the video. Here we go. Wait a minute.
Where's the sound?
I don't know. Wait.
Oh,
wait a minute.
JK.
I was like,
take it away, Rory.
Ready to go.
Wait a minute. David Katz, our amazing tech person, is here. David, do you have an answer for what just happened?
How weird.
Wait, I've never seen a more amazing beginning.
You know what? If nothing, oh.
Share screen. Yes, Queen.
Really? I hear no sound.
Hold on. I still see a depressing gray background.
We can explain what's happening.
While David's fixing it, I will show this other subtext. The road leads back to you. The second one we did, we have the cast of Hamilton. So all these people from Hamilton are singing Rory O'Malley. Actually, the Broadway cast. Sorry, Rory, not the national tour. It's all good. But basically, the road leads back to Hamilton. Of course, all leads back to Rent. So we have Hamilton singing The Road Leads Back to You with our Rent cast members. So here we go. Tip of the hat.
Still in peaceful dreams, I see the road leads back to you. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. On my mind. Singing this song for you.
Yes. Oh, okay. I think he is getting to it. I think this might be it.
Well, this might be it, or might be.
We'll take a second.
Georgia, the whole day through, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Georgia on my mind. I said Georgia, a song of you, a song comes as sweet and clear
Past moonlight
through the pines.
Other arms reach out to me. Other eyes
Smile tenderly, still in peaceful dreams. I see the road leads back to you.
back to you.
Georgia.
Oh, Georgia.
No peace I find, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia
On my mind. Other arms
reach out to me.
Other eyes smile tenderly, still in peaceful dreams.
I see the road leads back to you. Georgia, no peace I find.
Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia
On my mind,
on my mind.
singing this song for you.
All right, look, we were sharing the screen. It's good
We
enough.
did the best we could.
But we have one little piece of news for Celia and Rory. Hi, guys. Just got a text from Broadway star Jose Lana, who signed up for phone banking because he just saw you guys say that. So I muted you passive aggressively. There we go.
I can't wait to see his face.
What's amazing about that is that I will never forget when I was running a phone bank for marriage equality in New York with Human Rights Campaign, and the original cast of Spelling Bee came and they like tweeted about it when I didn't even know what Twitter was. And it's Celia, it's Jose, it's all these people in our community who have been doing this work. We are so good at this when we put our minds to it. And I truly, truly believe that we need to engage as much as possible, because our community is not going to get better in the next 2 months, 3 months. It's going to take years, and it's going to take not just getting Republicans to leave. It's going to take Democrats to understand that we need help, and we've been giving them help for so long. So let's make sure they know that our voices are loud and strong, and that we can work very hard when we come together. Sorry.
No, Rory, it's interesting because the other day we did a benefit for the folks, the artists down in Orlando, because they have a very particular situation down there, because so many of them are dependent upon the parks, and all the layoffs, and theaters have been closing left and right, literally just in the last 4, 6, 8 weeks. And one of them, I don't know if it was Wanzi or someone else, who said, essential workers, of course, are the pinnacle of our society, but the people that are always gone to in times of crisis to help our performers, are the artists, and this is our time as artists when we need that help too. Yes, and it's going to be, it's going to take years. It's going to take years for all the parts of our community to get back on their feet.
You know,
Right.
I'm sure Hamilton will be okay one day soon. But what about those regional theaters? What about those community theaters that they are going to need our help for years to come? So I think it's so important for us to come together as a community and do this work. Make those phone calls to Georgia. Make those phone calls in the future to elect politicians who are going to give us a voice.
Yeah, I agree. I think the one thing I know that I've learned is that democracy, if we've learned anything, this is a lifelong journey. This isn't like Barack Obama becomes president or if Hillary Clinton had become president, oh, we can sit back and rest. No, there's no rest. It doesn't mean it has to be at this intensity level that it's been for the last 4 years. But we have to keep moving and not take anything for granted. And that just has to be part of the way we live our lives.
And we have to have hope. I mean, the fact that you were phone banking for marriage equality while Spelling Bee was on Broadway, which wasn't that long ago. And now James and I have been married. And it's like, oh, yeah, of course we're married. Like that was a minute ago that we weren't allowed to be married. Like things really do change. So we can't be hopeless. Things really change.
Right.
That's what's incredible.
I think Andrew Lippa said this. He was like, no one would ever dispute that farmers were essential workers. Like we all have to eat. And he was like, but artists are farmers of the soul. And I was like, that is so beautiful. And I also just think the repair that we require right now, it's like the only place I think that it can be found, or one of the only places it can be found, is in the theater, that we are actually able to shape the way people think and it change hearts and minds in a way that almost nothing else is. And so what Rory is saying, I think, of like getting us back on our feet is just so unbelievably important. So we have a good long fight ahead of us, but we're up for it. For it. We can do it. We can do hard things.
I'm so excited. This phone bank thing sounds so amazing. All right. In conclusion, thank you guys. I'm going to post one more time, just in bigger print. Where the hell is that?
Stacy's dramaclub.org.
And if you don't want to phone bank because you're on vocal rest, you can donate.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. We've raised $42,000 so far through just our link. And that's just people going and sharing this link to show that this money is coming from the theater community. And that's why it's so important to give money through Stacy's Drama Club or to buy your recording to show that like this is coming from our community. We have a voice. It's very loud. And I want people to give any way that they can for this cause. But when you give through artists and you're amplifying our voice so that those politicians, when they get elected, know who sent them there.
Yeah.
So accurate. Rory, when are you going to run for office?
Never. I'll pay for you, Seth.
Honest answer. All right, kiddies. Anything else, Jimmy Wesley?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Talk to you,
Go
clowns,
sign
soon.
up.